Come on, everybody. We have more respects to pay.
Let's go to the park!
Because Knott's Berry Farm isn't the only park that's bidding farewell to a ride this week. SeaWorld San Diego is also closing a ride. And the ride to which I am referring is the Chile Airborne Expedition into the frozen tundra known as Wild Arctic. The ride originally opened in Orlando in 1995 and then in San Diego in 1997, replacing Mission, Bermuda Triangle in both parks. After watching the pre-flight video, passengers board the White Thunder helicopter and fly to Base Station Wild Arctic. After the jet helicopter has successfully navigated a series of perils and near misses and successfully transported the passengers to the base station, you have the chance to explore an elaborate exhibit complete with beluga whales and other animals. Just remember to bring a jacket if you get cold easily. It is pretty chilly inside the base station. Now the exhibit is staying around because education is key here in the park. But today is the last day that good old White Thunder will be whisking passengers away to the wild tundra. After Friday, January 10th, 2020, the Wild Arctic simulators will be closed, and the park has a plan. According to the president of SeaWorld San Diego, the park is updating the ride experience for the attraction, which says to me that a new simulator experience might be what the park has planned. But who knows? It's just speculation on my part. A spokesman for the park said that the new attraction will be less than 30 feet high and Arctic themed. So we will patiently wait and see what the park has in store for that space. SeaWorld.
Keeping it fresh.
And we're not going to go for a ride on Wild Arctic just yet. We need to stop by the Arctic Trading Post to see if we can pick up a walrus pin. They were handing them out yesterday in honor of the ride's closing. Let's go see if there's any left. Okay, while I wasn't able to get a walrus pin, they handed them all out yesterday. I think they only had about 200 of them, but I managed to get an ornament that I was unable to pick up last year because I couldn't go to the pass holder Christmas party. You lose some, and you win some. Okay, I think it's time for Wild Arctic. I have my free one-time quick queue ticket, but I don't think I'm gonna need it on this ride today because crowds are pretty light this Friday morning.
All white whales are specialized for scavenging undersea ice, which is why they don't have a dorsal fin like most other whales. Next, you'll spot the Arctic's top predator, the polar bear. Polar bears prowl the sea ice in search of their favorite meal, seals. And finally, you shouldn't have a hard time spotting the walrus. Nearly 4 inches of blubber keeps this massive animal warm in chilly Arctic waters.
Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. For your safety, please remain seated all times during the ride.
White Thunder, this is Arctic Control.
This is Captain Emerson of White Thunder. Come back. No problem. We'll make it to base station Wild Arctic before that storm does. This is Captain Emerson. Welcome aboard White Thunder. should be a short, comfortable flight. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the scenery. I heard a caribou. Looks like they're going in our direction. These sensors detecting what appears to be polar bear activity. We're racing an Arctic storm, but I think we have time to take a little side trip. I'll set our rotors to whisper mode so we can get in close. Ah, look at that. A mother and her cubs. Let's leave them be. You're in luck. There's more animal activity on the other side of this glacier. If we hurry, we can take a look. Hang on.
300 feet, 200 feet, 100 feet.
White Thunder to base. We're dropping underwater.
Water entry complete.
Whoa! That narwhal almost came in for a visit.
Storm warning.
Looks like that storm has picked up. We better get going.
Flying mode restored.
Don't want to scare those walrus. I have a warning indicator light flashing. Folks, we're sitting down on this glacier, and I'm shutting down until I check it out. Oh no. Oh no, the edge of this glacier can't hold our weight. Got to get rotors back. It won't start. Code red. Thrusters on. And pull us out of this. That was close.
Storm alert. Storm alert.
That storm front is trying to cut us off at the pass. Taking an emergency route.
Warning. Overheating. Warning.
Computer's out. We're on our own. We'll avoid these high winds by taking a path through this chasm. Hang on. It's an avalanche. Brace yourselves. We made it!
This is Base Station Wild Arctic 3 White Thunder.
This is White Thunder.
Great to hear from you, Captain. Glad we're down the storm. We're looking forward to your visit.
And we're all looking forward to solid ground. We're coming in. This is Captain Emerson thanking you for flying White Thunder. I hope you all have a great time exploring Base Station Wild Arctic. Till next time, over and out.
Please wait until the doors open before disconnecting emergency devices.
You know, it's always a pretty bumpy ride getting here to the base station. I just assume the pilot's still getting used to his programming. But now let's check things out here at the camp and see what's going on with the animals. Got some beautiful beluga whales swimming around the first habitat. Let's continue on. Well, school, work, everything's canceled. There's a blizzard outside. At least the pantry's well stocked. Although next time I come here, I might want to bring them a new box of these. I think they've been here a while. Well, not too much going on in this exhibit. Let's go see the walrus. If you want to find a carpenter, that's on you. like there was nothing going on up top. This little one was hanging out down here.
You're listening to the sounds made by 3 beluga whales communicating with each other underwater. What you hear is very typical of beluga whales, with lots of whistles and chirps. The display you see on the monitor is known as a sonogram, which researchers use to study animal vocalizations. Higher frequencies are at the top of the graph, and the relative energy of the sound is displayed by different colors, with the color red representing the greatest energy. Can you pick out those clapping sounds from the other noises? Those sounds are called jaw claps. They are produced by the beluga whale at the same time they open their mouth. However, the sound is not produced by the jaw at all, but rather through the melon or forehead of the whale.
Let's go check out what's in here. Well, that was awesome, as always. And while it's always sad to say goodbye to a ride, I'm anxiously awaiting what's gonna go in there next. And it's awesome that they're keeping the animal exhibit portion of Wild Arctic. I mean, this is SeaWorld. Animals is kind of what this place is about, of course. All right, well, it's about time for me to get a ride on Electric Eel and head on out. Thank you so much for joining me today and paying our last respects to Wild Arctic. Till next time, see you later. You know what? Let's go feed some animals. We fed the Gararufa fish. We fed the flamingos. We fed me. Let's feed some bat rays this time. I just gotta watch out for these guys because they will steal your fish. Okay, I have my ray food, or as I like to call it, bait.
Always have them. Everything goes in their mouth. The stomach sorts out the food and gets rid of everything else. Knees down, legs right on the wall, and safe to touch, and we'll run on bikes with his feet. Okay, hold your hand out, palm down. Very important to do that. In this situation. Put the fish between your fingers so it sticks up like a half inch. All right? Now you're ready to feed. Put your hand down in the water, all the way to your elbow. You're in the front. You're looking at the bottom. They cannot see your hand. Your hand is above them. Their mouth will get right over that fish, and they're going to suck it right from between your fingers. They're like a vacuum cleaner. They'll suck the fish right up. Now, as long as your hand is palm down, your fingers don't go into their mouth. If you're not paying attention, you want to do it your way, holding your fingers up with the fish, your fingers can get sucked into their mouth. They know.
Now that is a really cool experience. They just suck the little fish right up out of your hands. If you ever visit the park, I highly recommend doing it. And the rays will thank you. You know, I was gonna feed the flamingos today too, but the feeding stations are gone. They were right there. And the birds are raising a ruckus about it, apparently. Sorry guys, no flamingo pellets today. Well, that's a little disappointing, especially for the flamingos. So how about we do this instead, seeing as it's been so long since we've been on it. Yep, it's been quite a while since I've been on this beauty. It was down for several months in 2019, but now it's fully operational once again. Good old Von Roll. That's what I needed. A mind massage on the good old Gondola of Love. Or the Bayside Sky Ride, if you prefer to call it that. Alright, as promised, I have an update on the roller coaster, which was originally supposed to be called Mako, after the sharks. But that name has been changed to Emperor, after the Emperor penguins at the park's Penguin Encounter exhibit. Now check this out. Construction crews have put some track up since we were here last. The lift hill and the dive section of the track are both installed, so they just have the rest of it to go now. I am really anxious for that roller coaster to open. It's gonna be so cool. Waiting patiently.
Hey, quiet.